First of all, we do the introduction. You know how I do my introduction. Hi guys, it's your average Nigerian girl. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you're a returning community member, thank you. Remember to share, like, and comment. Okay, so we're going to. Did you get that?
Yes. Yeah, I got that. I'm not understanding.
Okay, so introduce the channel.
Hi there, I'm an average Nigerian girl. I'm back again with another video. God bless the community. Take a like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Okay, so that's going to be. Are you an average Nigerian girl?
This is how she introduced the video.
Yeah, but you were fine. Okay, this is our introduction. Please, if you're new, okay, yes, I wanted to take this opportunity to appreciate our 83 subscribers. At the point of filming this video, we had 83 subscribers after our second video. So, yay! Thank you so much, guys. We're going to be answering Google's commonly searched questions about doctors. That is why I brought him, so that it will not look like it's just me. So this is Dr. Balogun Favor, and he's going to be joining me to answer this question. So yeah, welcome. So the first question, we're going to start with the R questions, A-R-E, are doctors rich?
I think rich is a relative term. I could say that doctors are comfortable. Most doctors are comfortable. But saying rich, I would say just a few percent, a small percent of doctors are actually rich. Medicine is actually a profession of sacrifice, and then you don't have to go out all out to get money. But most doctors who own private practice tend to have a lot of money.
Please, disclaimer, as much as medicine is, what did you call it, a career of sacrifice,
Yeah.
It's also a career. Sacrifice don't pay no bills. Sacrifice does not pay your children's school fees. So doctors need money too. Yeah, but we're not rich. Most doctors are not rich. People who end up owning private practices, who own hospitals, can be rich, but the average Nigerian doctor is okay. It's just okay. It's not rich. Are doctors miserable?
No, I wouldn't say doctors are miserable. You could use other terms, maybe like are doctors nerds, I could say, or are doctors less sociable. I would say yes, but miserable, I wouldn't say doctors are miserable.
Please, doctors are very sociable.
Yeah, doctors are fun people.
We're fun, yes. We're very sociable. We spend a lot of the time in the hospital. Even during medical school, by the time you get clinical class, you're alienated from other departments and put into a hostel that has just your classmates or probably other medical students. But we are still sociable. We are well adapted to society.
Not miserable.
Some doctors are miserable though, especially when you've been long in the practice and a lot of bad blows has happened. You've lost patients, you might have been sued, you're 40 or 50 and you're just tired of seeing misery every day in the hospital, tired of seeing sick people, even though that's what you signed up for. That can have an effect on you, but somehow we find a way to cope, we find a way to just deal with the whole situation. But generally, medicine generally does not make people miserable. All right. Are doctors romantic?
I only want to tag being romantic not to the profession of doctors. It all depends on the individual. Some individuals have an issue romantic people, while others are not. So I wouldn't really say that the profession actually makes people romantic or less romantic. But what I know is that it reduces the time that you have to do most things that are considered romantic.
Please, we're romantic. We are romantic people. Yes, we are. Mm? It's not a function. Being romantic is not a function of being a doctor. Who is romantic is romantic. Who is not romantic is not romantic. But please, in case you want to marry a doctor, I'm very romantic. Don't worry, we'll take care of you. I think. Okay, a doctor's boring.
Boring. No, I won't say doctors are boring. If you find doctors among clique of other medical professionals, then you won't find them as boring because there'll be a lot of banter and then they talk about things that they understand. Yeah, but if you find doctors with other professionals that are not medically inclined, you could say that the average doctor is boring. However, there are a percentage of doctors who have ideas about so many other things and not just medicine. So those people, you wouldn't consider them as boring. You'd be happy staying around them. But most doctors are actually just encircled about things about their profession. You don't agree?
I don't. You said because we're average Nigerian doctors, you essentially said we're boring. Are you boring?
No, I'm not boring.
So who are those people that are boring? Well, I get what he's trying to say. The fact that you spend so much time with your books means that you might not have time or you might not consider its importance because sometimes it's not the time. It might just be that you're just not interested in other things. So when you find yourself outside circles that are not medical, hey Jesus. When you find yourself in circles, that are not medical, you might not be able to relate. But yes, there are people that are still able to, they're interested in football. Are you interested in football?
I'm interested a bit with football, but
did you watch Arsenal match yesterday?
Nope, I don't know all the recent trends, that's the truth, but I'm not doing so badly.
When last did you watch football?
Because of the corona pandemic, it has been a long time that they had any match on television, so it's actually been a long time. Yeah, but I do watch highlights when I have the time on my phone.
Good.
Yeah, I follow some of the scores.
We're not like this. Doctors watch football. Doctors watch movies. I watch movies.
I do.
I read novels. those movies. It might be boring actually.
No, I do movies too.
Are movies considered what actually makes somebody boring and makes another not boring?
What makes someone boring is someone that just has everything that works for him within his own space. He doesn't really have to communicate with another person. He doesn't really have to go out. He can just be alone and still be happy with himself.
That's an introvert. Okay. Are you now saying that introverts are boring?
I've actually thought about that. I think so. I think they can be considered. I think they can be considered as being boring in their own way. Being boring in a way. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. I think, in summary, boring is an individual thing. I don't think it's a profession thing.
No, it's not.
There are sanguine doctors who light up the room once they enter, and people like that. There are people who need time to get used to people. So I don't think it's because you're a doctor that you'll be boring. If you're boring, you're boring. If you're not boring, you're not boring. Don't add medicine into it. Thank you. Can doctors have long nails?
No. I wouldn't advise any doctor to have long nails. The reason is because apart from asking your patient's question, you also have to use your hands to examine them. And imagine a doctor coming with long nails to examine. No matter how clean they may be, nails sometimes could also be sharp and then they could inflict injuries on the patient. And then it could also be a reservoir for infectious particles. So it could be a reservoir to give your patient some infections, and then you could also get infections through your nails and then infect yourself. So I would advise doctors to have long nails. I think it's a no.
Yeah, doctors should not have long nails because you have to examine patients. Except you work in an NGO, right?
Even if you work in an NGO, you still have to see patients.
If you work as a project manager maybe you can have your nails. But generally, doctors shouldn't keep long nails because your nails can pick up things. You can give to patients, patients can give to you. It's a two-way thing. Also, you have to examine patients. You don't want to injure them. So when you have to see patients, you can't keep nails. But when you're on leave, you're maybe 1 month leave or something, you can fix your nails and freestyle as much as you can. But once you're back, things will have to go trust because you can't even keep our nails and fix my nails. Can you imagine?
I'm not really a fan of long nails.
Okay, can doctors have tattoos?
Yes, I think doctors can have tattoos. It depends on where you're practicing. If you're practicing outside the country, where most people have tattoos, and then you don't feel there's any bad influence that tattoo can have on someone or any relation with the underworld, I think you can have a tattoo. But if you are in Nigeria, I only advise, and you're a Nigerian doctor, I only advise you have a tattoo. Imagine you're attending to this woman's child and then she sees a tattoo on your hand. She start thinking, okay, are you sure he's the doctor? Like, is he impersonating someone? Is he here to get my child's blood to donate to his cultist and stuff like that? So I think you might like tattoo personally, but you have to consider your patients too and make sure that they are comfortable around you. So I would say if you must have a tattoo, maybe you can have it in places where they are not readily visible.
Yes, that's very true. A doctor has to look responsible, because you want people to trust you. You want your patients to be able to tell you anything. Don't want someone to be uncomfortable with giving information because somehow they perceive that you're irresponsible. That you have tattoos does not make you irresponsible. But the way our culture is in Nigeria, it's not acceptable, kind of. So when you have tattoos, people look at you like probably someone that has lived a bad life in the past. So they wonder whether they should trust you with their information and their life. So yeah, if you have to have a tattoo, have it where it's not visible. Okay, can doctors have beard?
Yes, I think doctors can have beards. And just as I said, if you find yourself in places where beards are accepted, for instance, if you're practicing in the northern part of Nigeria and you have a long beard, well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that because you would blend more with other patients that come and also have long beards. But if you're practicing in the southern part of the country and then you just appear at work with a long beard, they'll be afraid like, okay, like, is that the doctor? Why is he putting on the doctor's word coat? So there'll be culture shock and they may not even want to talk to you. So I think it depends on where you're working. By and large, the aim is to actually blend with your patient so they can actually give you the information you want and then feel safe about it.
Okay, doctors can be part of the beard gang, but with more elderly patients, beards are seen as irresponsible. That's why mothers are always telling their sons to cut their beards. They don't want their children to have beards. But yes, it's getting commoner and more acceptable. But still, with really older patients, they'll be like, "Is this one to a doctor? Why does he have beards?" So really, it depends on where you practice. But generally, most doctors will not have beards.
I think I've just seen really a few.
But what do doctors wear?
Um, okay, I think doctors that see patients at the OPD, that's outpatient department, they could just wear corporate clothes and that's to do with tie, shirt, shoes. And then doctors that have to go to theater to operate will have to wear their scrubs. So I think doctors usually wear, let me see, between corporate clothes to scrubs. There's no usually room for casual clothes, except if the doctor is going on the field work.
Or if you're call.
Okay, or probably yeah, if you're on court.
So previously I used to wear corporate clothes to work and wear my ward coat on top of it. But because of the current coronavirus that we have, I now wear scrubs to work because I want to have work clothes that once I come into my house and remove them, it doesn't like it's not something I can wear about and things like that. So for now, even though I'm not a surgeon, I wear scrubs to work. But that might change when this whole situation And see, this is the question that he has been avoiding. He said I should not ask, but I am a troublemaker. So I asked us, Dr. B, what do doctors look for in a wife?
I think that question is a very general question, and it will also depend on everybody's or every doctor's personality. So there's no criteria for doctors everywhere in the world to look for in a wife. It actually depends on that person's personality. For me, I would love someone that I can actually interact with. I would love someone that also understand empathy. Maybe I tell the person about the patient. I want someone that has empathy, not just be like, that's none of my business. I also want someone too that could also relate with my friends. Maybe when we're talking about stuff, maybe medically inclined or so. I wouldn't want my wife to be left behind, or she has to go out or go into the room when I'm talking to my other colleagues.
So you want to marry a doctor?
Yes. I would want to marry a doctor.
Please, we're not all like, thank you. Anyway, I think one of the important attributes that doctors look for in a wife is understanding, because our schedules tend to be crazy. You can. Well, let me give you an example. People who are in pediatric surgery right now have to run alternate day calls. The meaning of that is that you go to work by 8 a.m., you stay till the next morning, and no, you don't come back. You stay till like 4 5 p.m. when the unit, not even 5 p.m. Sometimes you stay till like 8 p.m. That's the day you're not on call. When the unit activity is over, then you come home. That time that you came back around maybe 5 to 8 p.m., you were not on call. So the next morning, 8 a.m., you're sleeping over in the hospital. If your wife doesn't understand the reason for why you do that, it will become a problem in the home. So one of the attributes that is important is someone that can really be understanding, and someone that will trust you, that when you say I'm on call, you're actually on call and you did not go somewhere else. So I think these are the questions that I got from Google. If you have any more questions, ask in the comment section. I would try as much as possible to answer. Remember to share this video, and remember to like this video. And if you've not subscribed, come on, Dr. Balogun, tell them to subscribe to my channel.
Please don't forget to subscribe. It's free.
Yes, exactly. It's free. So thank you very much for watching this video to the end. We're very grateful. So yeah, bye. See you in the next video.